so different to the last time we saw him in Paris.
Yeah, I feel like his outfits as well are very... This is what Jay Chou would be wearing like 20 years ago. Hello, 大家好。
大家好。
今天我们要听的是周杰伦新专辑的二首歌《还在流浪》。
谢谢杰克，我很高兴，因为今天我们会再听 Jay Chou 的新首歌。
So first of all, Tasmin, I want to say absolutely well done. You're completely correct. In the last video, 最伟大的作品, it was filmed partially in the Palace of Versailles, which you guessed in the video. So congratulations for that. I also want to say you got lots of praise, lots of people saying that your Zhongwen was much better than mine. So well done. People are even saying you're prettier than me, which I cannot understand. So yeah, some really awesome comments for you.
Wow, 我的汉语比你的差很多，真的。
No, the fans are always right.
真的。然后你的头发，你太漂亮了，杰克，真的。我不知道他们在说啥，就不听他们。
谢谢你说我比你多漂亮。But yes, today we're speaking in English. But guys, if you want to see us speak more Chinese in our videos, what do you prefer to listen to? Do you prefer to listen to our beautiful, authentic, genuine Queen's English? Or do you want to listen to two Laoai, Zhongmen? We might make some mistakes, but yeah, let us know in the comments. But today, the video that we're listening to is, it's Jay Chou's brand new single from his 15th studio album. It's called 还在流浪, which is Still Wandering. It is filmed this time in Las Vegas. So he's doing like a global tour. He's done Paris, the center of, you could even say center of European culture. Now he's going to center of American culture. Is it the center of American culture? An aspect of American culture.
It's
Gambling,
a large
entertainment.
Yeah, it's a big part of it. Definitely a very, very famous landmark in America is Vegas.
For sure. And fortunately, this video, once again, Jay Chou has included English subtitles on it, so we can watch them within the video. So yeah, should we get straight into it? Should we take a listen to周杰伦's second new single, 还在流浪, Still Wandering?
Yeah, let's do it.
And of course, I forgot to say, Tasmin is an excellent professional singer, so you're getting literally the best analysis. It's not just some idiot like me. Tasmin can give her extremely scientific and well-researched opinion on these things. Okay, let's go.
Wow, so different to the last time we saw him in Paris.
Yeah, I feel like his outfits as well are very... This is what Jay Chou would be wearing like 20 years ago.
老树大的啤酒空挂在落地上，报废的回忆在路旁有了手绑，拥抱从无所谓，在等笑着弥漫，这个城市步调是如此的缓慢，霓虹灯闪烁的倒影刻在窗上，就美好的那盛放能否在遇上，老旧的车站，空旷的车厢，怀念从前的人来人往，在我的灯泡在夜里微亮，过去的背包就留在异乡，于是我决定离开这个地方。
Chorus?
当你收到信，我还在流浪，那年的约定都放在心上，水上的照片里，你微笑的模样，亲爱的，你现在怎么样？当你收到信，我还在流浪。
All right, what are we thinking so far?
Well, I think that this is definitely a contrast between Jay Chou like 20 years ago and Jay Chou now. And that I feel just from his clothes, you can kind of see this in this shot. This is Jay Chou 20 years ago with his kind of like hip hop cap. And then there's the more modern Jay Chou and his more modern style of clothes. And obviously he's talking about the journey that he's been on, thinking back to the thinking back to the good times. How about your thoughts?
Yeah. I think it's a very nice mellow song. I think he's the vocally he's using his lower register a lot, so it's quite low. But I think in the chorus it could use a little bit more of a strength. It could use a bit more power to give a bigger contrast between the verse and the chorus. But obviously we haven't finished watching it yet, so I can't speak too soon.
想起 轻探索走过的想象。我依然记得年少去玩的那教堂，还有一群画爱心的那道墙。
That outfit is so funny with the bandana and the baseball cap.
He's trying to be American.
霓虹灯闪烁的倒影刻在窗上，错过美好的那时光，能否再遇上？老旧的车
So
站，
sad.
空荡的车厢，怀念从前的人来人往。在外的灯泡，在夜里微亮，过去的背包就留在异乡。于是我决定离开这个地方。当你收到信，我还
Do you
在
think
流
this is
浪。
filmed at like 3 a.m.?
Probably.
I think that's like sunrise.
To make sure nobody's there.
Yeah. 'Is that money in an envelope? What is that? Oh,
I think it's some
just a
music.
letter.
Or a letter, yeah.
那年的约定都放在线上，水上的照片里，你微笑的模样，亲爱的，你现在怎么样？当你收到信，我还在流浪。
It's very catchy. I love that line.
我依然记得年少去玩的那教堂，还有一群画爱心的那道墙。
Hey, Joe.
很棒，很棒。
Right then, Tasmin. So, what were your thoughts on Still Wondering?
Well, I think that obviously J-To he's talented, he's an incredible performer. We cannot deny that. However, I think this is definitely maybe not one of my favorite songs of his. Still a good song, solid chorus, nice melody, good lyrics, very accessible, relatable, understandable. However, I think it's missing a little bit of the normal J-Cho spark that we see in some of his other music. And you know, the video we reacted to last week, it has so much more complexity and, you know, intricacy that something like this is completely on the other side of the spectrum. And I think it's hard sometimes for the audience to grasp, because the singer can go from this huge multi-layered work of art featuring other artists and rap instrumentals and string quartets and just crazy stuff, and then going right into like yeah, literally and going right into quite a simple R&B kind of love dramatic song. If I'm being really honest, and I don't want to critique J-Cho here, I think it's a little bit mundane. This song doesn't have the same level of intricacy. It doesn't have the huge climactic choruses. So it's a really nice song. I just think it's you know, very different to some of his other music, which is more interesting in a way, because it has so much for the listener to react to. 你觉得呢?
I agree with you. I think we've previously listened to 衣服之名, we've listened to 最伟大的作品 and 夜曲. For me, I would put them above this song. I think that what I find really intriguing is I do imagine that Jay Chou has been on a really interesting 20-year journey in the Chinese musical industry, not just in terms of his love with his girlfriends and like the difficulties of being a celebrity, but all the relationships he's had in becoming a titan of a music industry across those 20 years. Because I do think, regardless of the success that he's had, he will have been screwed over, he will have had to deal with difficult circumstances, he will have had lots of human interactions that have left him feeling lost and wondering. And I do think as a human being, it's really curious. I cannot emphasize how much I think he deserves credit for being at the pinnacle and the forefront of the Mando pop industry scene. And I also don't think maybe Chinese people give him enough credit, certainly in his early days. Like, he basically is standing alone in the industry, like charging and taking the baton and driving forward like all of the musical scene and the music scene today that exists, you know, across the Mando pop scene is credit to him. But for me, yeah, I agree with you. 最伟大的作品 was a big abstract concept song with so many layers, so much intricacy. That was more of a put it on the radio, very comfortable pop song. It didn't really push any boundary. It didn't challenge us as an audience. Like you say, it still had really interesting lyrics. Some of the poetry within the lyrics was great. I did like to see the contrast between his clothes. That for me was probably the most interesting aspect of it, because Jay Chou, for me, the clothes that he wears 20 years ago, to my mind now, look daft. I would never think of wearing that. It's like what an American gangbanger from like the south part of America that's in like a gang might wear. And to see his like clean cut modern clothes, it's really interesting. So I liked that he was talking about this journey where he's wandering, and we got to see the big contrast in outfits. But yeah, no, it was a more, I think I'd say it was a more traditional, like simplified love pop song.
Not that anything's wrong with that, and I wanted to say that, like, you know, lyrically it's still well delivered, and obviously his vocals are on point, perfect. I think his range is incredible. We've heard that before, but in this song it was much more limited. So I think that probably added to the fact that I didn't think it was very like musically challenging, sonically challenging. But as a person as famous as Jay Chou that has so much success with music, can you imagine the pressure to keep releasing music that is relevant, that is popular with fans? Like, that's impossible. Like, how do you level up after your successes? You know, it must be an incredible burden, but he is amazing, and I'm still a huge fan of his. Well, I need Jay Chou.
Yeah, guys, so let us know what you think. I checked the comments on both YouTube and Bilibili, and there were lots of comments of praise. But I did find an article which was from Shanghai Daily, which said netizens slammed Jay Chou's greatest work album as not so great. It said that his Douban and Instagram have been flooded with bad reviews. So what I want to know is, what do you guys think to it? Because there is sometimes a degree of, when somebody is so popular and so popular for long, people automatically start to dislike them just as a counter reaction. And I wonder if Jay Chou is perhaps suffering because he's had such prolonged success. There's always going to be an amount of people that dislike him. So let us know your thoughts on it. I think it's fair to say me and Tasmin both preferred the first single, but we're interested to hear the other songs on the new album. And yeah, we're really excited to, like I said before, he's got a huge back catalogue. We're really excited. I think we're going to do a few more of his like big classic songs over the next couple of weeks and months. So what do you want me and Tasmin to listen to next? Make sure to write a comment. Just final comment, go follow Tasmin. She's got her own channels and she's fantastic. And yeah, give us a like on this video, and we shall see you next time.
好吧，拜拜。
Bye.
谢谢你们。